I welcome you all on behalf of Tally Solutions. To start the discussions, let me ask you a offbeated but a regular question. What happened that you all got bitten by the bug of entrepreneurship? What was that moment? And I'm sure there have been a lot of ups and downs, especially a lot of downs. But I would love to hear from all of you about the stories of your journey, how it has been from the start to what you are right now.
So Lakshmi just said what I wanted to say. Necessity is the mother of invention. So my journey into entrepreneurship came from a need and a passion. So I have two boys. At that time, they were just 4 and 6. And for the life of me, I could not manage going to my corporate job, coming at home to 2 bundles of energy. Yet I was too hyperactive to just be sitting at home. So I just jumped into my passion, which was curating holidays for the family and friends. And I said, why not take it to the next level? And that was just the start. So to be honest, I never even knew I had the entrepreneur bug in me. It's just out of a need to be doing something useful, to be self-reliant, and to be able to manage my home and my career. That started as my journey into the travel space. Today, it has become a larger than life thing, with me providing employment to about 10 people. That's been the journey. And honestly, it wasn't planned, just happened.
So I think, as they say, that a need leads to wants, which leads to desires, and then it leads into actions. So the actions speak for themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely fantastic. And Lakshmi, how about you?
Yeah, I never thought I would be an entrepreneur. I was a product architect, developing products, working with multinational companies. But I always wanted to, I was curious why we didn't have a product made in India for the entire world. That is where it started. And my husband is a serial entrepreneur. He has been on the journey right from his college. So when I was discussing this thing with him as to we need to have a product, why doesn't somebody build? I said, why shouldn't you? It just happened.
So I was just going through your
and said, yeah, let's do that. Let's try that out.
By the way, I was just going through your website, and I, being a communication person, got really impressed by the line process to progress. And it's so good because even from the government sector, we see that there are developments happening on the procurement side. How can technology kind of get included into how procurement is being done? We have an example of how GEM portal is working out. And it's great to see that how you guys are also kind of working on the same cause. Mr. Rajkumar, how about you?
Me? Yeah. Okay. So, see, I graduated from IIT Kharagpur and did my master's from IIT Delhi. I've always been a technology person and working on this infrastructure in the construction domain, helping major companies set up their processes and adopt technology, not just the software, but also the hardware. And I've been doing it for quite some time. That's when around 2018, 19, I've been doing it for almost 15 years plus. That is when I thought majority of the companies, like the small ones, don't have the access to the same kind of tools and technologies. And if you can build something which is accessible for them and make it more democratic in that sense, it could be a good business opportunity. That's why I started developing this tools for the infrastructure and construction domain. That's how it started in 2019, for 5 years now. Right?
Oh, fantastic. And Mr. Dipendu, how about you?
It must have been something in the weather all right, but it was a different kind of weather, economic weather, I would say. I've been doing financial transformations globally, and the ease of doing business was great everywhere, except in our country and in Asia. However, around 2016, things started changing, and a lot of things in the government processes, ministries, things became a lot seamless, and then we started exploring the market, looking at opportunities vis-a-vis where our strengths are, particularly in financial services, and we saw that there is a pain in the market, and a lot of MSMEs are having problem in accessing credit, and if they can get credit, I mean, they can expand their business a lot and based on this, we started talking to the banks and various underwriters and analysts, and this market survey helped us, strengthen a business proposition as well as a solution. And then we registered our company, and the ecosystem has been great as well. And thanks to the MSME Awards of Tally, this has amplified the work we are doing. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you all a very interesting question, and I'm sure this is going to really take the interest of Sumana. I know entrepreneurs really get time to spend time, take holidays, go out with their family. So what is the last time you actually took time out to go out with your family? And a properly planned holiday, not like just going to HSR and having a pizza.
The travel has been a passion for a long time.
Wonderful.
It is because of me, we ensure every year we have sort of a travel. This May, we have been to Vietnam with the family.
Oh,
That's the latest vacation. I would want to make it or convert it into twice a year, though. But we'll see.
Great. And Mr. Rajkumar, how about you?
Last one properly planned was in 2023 and
Okay.
to
Not
Dubai.
bad.
Dubai.
Okay.
That was the thing. Apart from that, of course, we are regular to this all this Kabini, and that's a short weekend trips that we do. Weekend trips or weekday trips also.
Okay.
But planned one is that.
Yeah. And how about you, Dipindu?
Well, the parks in Bangalore are a great place with kids and all before they get extinct. So they will know in Bangalore, history was this, and there were parks. They can tell their future generations. So I mean, we make it a point to go to the parks and enjoy it.
But I have to make the traffic joke because we're all in Bangalore. Like it takes more time to reach the Kaban Park than going outside Bangalore. All right, jump into the next section of this discussion. You all have been a part of our MSME Honors family, the community. You're all experienced the event. You have experienced the entire process. Two quick things that come to your mind about the whole format, and what would be your suggestion to us, how we can further improvise, increase the scale, the reach of this initiative. Ms. Lakshmi, how about you?
First of all, I should appreciate Tally for taking the initiative and doing such a thing. It was a wonderful experience. And more importantly, you're doing things not for business, right? It is an appreciation of the community. I think that is something that definitely stands out in this entire thing. Now, improvements are something that are common. It will be there going forward. But I think because, see, as an MSME, the biggest problem is the connect in terms of, okay, you might have different problems. Whom do you know? So I think this is one community that can help if it can continue as a communication.
Right.
I think that would definitely help.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, so for me, it's beyond the awards what you do, because the awards is just going on stage, getting that moment of publicity or the wow factor. So I would look for something deeper, and that would be one is the community, not just the winners, but probably another list of participants who were shortlisted. I would be looking for beyond the awards, like if I needed some mentorship, if I'm looking at the industry to support me. I might be a tiny player. I'm not talking only in terms of business, but I'm also talking in terms of, someone being able to guide and coach me. Of course, as entrepreneurs, we have our highs and lows, and not always that we can pick ourselves up. So that would be important. And I believe in consistency and persistency in everything. So it's got to be continuous.
Right.
Meeting once a year is just going to be very superficial. So if you've got to get deeper and understand really what we face as entrepreneurs, or try and find solutions, or try and be a pillar of support to us, it has to be a more continued engagement and give us exposure to, I don't know, maybe stalwarts in the industry who can, just a hint or one word or sentence of wisdom can really change the way we look at things. So these, I think, is what I would look beyond the awards.
So I think a common sentiment or a common suggestion that is coming out from everyone, and that's not just the feedback from this panel, that's also something we all realize that it's essential for growing a community and also helping the community thrive is the networking element. And that's why we, over the course of last 5 years, have kind of evolved the property of MSME honors based on three core pillars. They being recognition, which of course is the award, the felicitation that we do. The second being learning, in which we call in a lot of industry leaders, workshop trainers to come and spend time with the audience so that everyone could really take away something from that 3 to 4 hour of time that they are devoting to us. The third being the most important part, which is, as you say, networking, where we all want to create a platform which goes beyond those 3 to 4 hours of we meeting, and it is a something that runs and cuts throughout the year, where we can just give you an opportunity, a chance to not just meet people from Bangalore, maybe entrepreneurs from different industry, different sectors. And that was the entire idea of I would say the conceptualization of our next initiative, which is called as Tally One, where we are intending to create a platform through which we're going to connect all our past MSME honors winners across industries, across sectors. We are going to see how we can cross-pollinate the services, the requirements, the learnings from each other, and how can everyone gain out of it.
And beyond borders, so not just Bangalore. I would love to meet the ones in Delhi. So even if it means flying in for an event that's curated just for us, it would add a lot of value.
Of course. You spoke of automation, and since it's a very important and often used word in at Tally, because we ultimately are a technology company which is trying to automate how SMEs work across the world. How do we make sure that their business management becomes more and more efficient and helps them grow? What are your thoughts that for a technology company like us, what more can we do to serve MSMEs better?
If you ask me from a Tally perspective, if you want to meet the decision maker, how it has been, what has worked for me is just the good work. Today, we really do not have sales teams in place, even after 14 years of existence in the industry. Everything is an inward inquiry. 90% of my customers today are from inward inquiries that come in. So at least if I'm able to let my contact at the customer area know what I'm doing, what I'm very good at, people keep moving between organizations. So it does come back. I mean, we are in the B2B segment. It could also change when you are a B2C, right? So, but in a B2B, because it makes a lot of impact, when you have that reference, you already have that experience of working, and you can put it up. So I would say maybe have the customers to be your people to talk about.
I'm going to play a very small little game, right? So the game is called, I don't have a good name to it, so we won't call the game anything. One word that comes to your mind that you have to take about your journey of entrepreneurship so far. So we'll start with you, then we'll move on to you. The trick here is that you have to take the first word and also add on to your word. And then it comes to you. So you have to take 3 words, and then you have to take the 4th word, and then we go all the way back, right? So it becomes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see how much of sequencing without forgetting the right set of words we can do. So you'll go first, and just like one word about the entrepreneurship journey so far for you.
Vision, satisfaction, success, rewarding, motivating, future tech, legacy, innovation.
Wow. You still, I mean, as a team, you have to decide and tell me. I'm the moderator. I can keep playing on and on. But I think we have done really well. The last time I played this, I was able to do it only till 5 words, and that was it. Okay, so last parting question, and this is also very important for all our listeners, because this video, this discussion is going to reach out to hundreds and thousands and multiple people who are probably already on their entrepreneurship journey or are budding entrepreneurs who have kind of that thought in their mind that okay, abhi bahut ho gaya hai, ab hame apna kuch karna hai. So one quick advice that you want to give, and more for life lesson that you want to give to every budding entrepreneur about how they should look at entrepreneurship from a lens that it affects not just your business, but it also has a certain toll on your own personal life.
One simple advice I would suggest is be realistic in what you are having as an what you would achieve. Don't get carried away by somebody who said, I'm under 30, I've become a billionaire. It's not norm. That's not a norm. So long as you have that clarity in your mind and you are saying, I'm going to play for the long term, what you call as a legacy, something which you can leave behind, not just for your family, but for the society. And that thought process is what we are starting with. Then you will be able to have a more balanced and more satisfying journey, because the journey is equally important as what you are looking at for those achievements. Because it's journey you have to live with. Achievements come maybe, and it's not everyone is going to become a billionaire. That's the truth. So it's whatever the hype that comes in this thing, whatever we see in the media and other things. Billionaire is not everyone. It's not going to be that. So long as you have that clarity and that acceptance, okay, it's not going to be a 100-meter sprint, but more like a marathon, and you're ready for it, then it would be a good idea to start.
Really insightful. Bindu, your thoughts?
Yeah, so just adding on to what he said, entrepreneurship is very difficult, and this is something that has to have a long runway, right? Job hopping is something that can happen regularly, and you get paid salaries, annual, CTC, and all of that. But entrepreneurship has to have a long journey, and that has to be kept in mind, particularly for the youth who generally try to get quick gains. So quick gains are not possible most of the times in entrepreneurship. Hence, also it takes money to make money. So having all that financial sense is quite required to start an entrepreneurship journey. It can be very stressful, but it can be rewarding as long as there is a tenacity to do the long haul.
Lady behind Effigo Global, you're next.
So, see, when we talk about entrepreneurship, right, the most important thing that anybody needs to become an entrepreneur is passion. If you don't have the passion, if you want to do it just because you want to become an entrepreneur, it's definitely not going to work. Passion is the one. We have endless days where we do everything, any sort of activity that needs to be fixed, anything that needs to be done. And that comes with a lot of passion, that burning thing. There is so much satisfaction, recognition that you can get as an entrepreneur that you are never going to get as a employee working for any organization for that matter. So first decide whether you have that kind of passion and hunger in you to do that. Once you have that, everything else can be figured out, whether it is finances, whether it is people. See, because everything comes when people look at that kind of a passion in the founder. That is what drives the entire thing. So what I have looked at, even today when we looked at, all of us have been first generation entrepreneurs, right? The previous generations that we have had were more of a survival and a security kind of a scenario where they were trying to save things to create that kind of future for children and so on. I think in the current generation that we are talking about, this generation, I would say, is still privileged because this generation need not think about a lot of people. I mean, not everybody for sure. Need not think about survival. Need not think about being a breadwinner in the family. In that case, you have to put your innovation into the game and get into an entrepreneurial journey. You need not wait to get things because that is the moment you can take the risk, okay? Because it has its own set of ups and downs. But whatever it is, I think it's a very rewarding and great journey, I would say, to be an entrepreneur.
So Mana, for your line of business, besides having the perk of traveling to multiple countries, what do you think is going to be that one key essential for an entrepreneur to have in their mind, in their psyche before they step into the world of entrepreneurship?
I have three, but I'll keep it very crisp. One is when you're emotional, angry, sad, depressed, no decisions. Leave. Two, don't take no for an answer. Someone else can't tell you what you can't do. Three, learn where you got to say. If a client is sweet talking you and not paying you on time, calling you at 10 p.m. and saying, sorry, ma'am, I'm calling you so late. It's time to move. These are the hardest lessons, but I think these three will help you.
Yeah, wonderful. So I think it was a great discussion we had, and it was my absolute privilege to host this panel of Wonder Women, Tech Transformers, Next Gen Icons of MSME Honors. As we all mentioned, that we have to be a part of a community, we have to build a community that keeps meeting throughout the year, next year, the year after that, and ever. So we will make sure that in our utmost humble attempt, we'll have all the opportunities, all the platforms created for you all, and also for the community beyond, to network well, to be with each other, to learn from each other, because that's going to be the core essence of the output that we want to drive from Tally MSME Honors. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.